In this session, we are preparing a journal entry to rectify the errors that have been given to us in the problem. We've got around 6 errors that we have to rectify for, and what we've just done now is we've prepared the format of the journal entry, and we will have to rectify these errors. So let's start off with that. The first transaction tells us that typewriter purchase for 5,800 has been wrongly debited to purchase account. So here, the first transaction tells us that you have carried out a purchase of typewriter, and the purchase of typewriter, it has been debited to the purchase account. Whenever you purchase typewriter, it should go to typewriter's account. But instead of putting it to typewriter's account, what have you done? You have put that into the purchase account. So typewriter account, what is the condition? Typewriter's account, it is typewriter's account is under debited. Typewriter account is under debited, and under debit, how do we rectify? We rectify by debited. Then purchase account, now you have debited with the amount. Purchase account has been debited with the amount, and purchase account, technically it is over debited. Okay, but purchase account, it is now being over debited. Over debit, how do we rectify? Over debit, we rectify by crediting. Okay, over debit, we rectify by crediting. So here goes the journal entry for this. Typewriter account debited to purchase account. So typewriter's account is now under debited, so because of which we are debiting it. Purchase account is over debited, so we have to credit. So let's 5,800. 5,800. Now let's write the narration for this. Being so with that, we have completed the first rectification, the first entry to rectify the error. Now let's look at the second one. An amount of rupees 10,000 received on sale of an old machinery has been credited to sales account. So you have sold machinery, and what you have done is you have credited sales account. So here again, there are two accounts involved, which is a machinery account and sales account. So this is a two-sided error. Now let's look at individually. An amount of rupees 10,000 received on sale of machinery has been credited. So when you sold machinery, it should have been credited to machinery account. But now what have you done? You have credited that to sales account. So what is the condition with respect to sales account? Sales account is over credited. Sales account is over credited. Over credit, how do you rectify? Over credit, you rectify by debiting it. So which account should you debit? You have to debit sales account. So sales account debited. Okay, and how much will you debit sales account? You should be debiting 10,000. Next, when you carry out a sale of machinery, it should have been credited to machinery account, but machinery account is now being under credited. Under credit, how do we rectify? Under credit, we rectify by crediting the machinery account. So to machinery account, amount is 10,000. To machinery account, amount is 10,000. Being wrong credit of Machinery sale. Okay, so with that, we have completed the second one. Now let's look at the third one. An amount of rupees 1000 drawn by the owner has been debited to general expenses. So here, the owner has taken out some money. So whenever the owner takes out money, technically it is drawings. But instead of treating it as drawings, what have you done? You have taken it as general expense, so which is the income. So there are two accounts involved over here, drawings account and general expenses account. Now, drawings account is personal in nature. Golden rule is debit the receiver, credit the giver. So here, owner is receiving. So drawings account should have been debited, but you didn't debit. Okay? So you have not debited. So drawings account, what is the condition? Drawings account is under debited. Okay? Drawings account is under debited. So drawings account debited. Okay? And how much are you supposed to debit? You have to debit 1000. To general expenses. General expenses is what type of account? General expenses is nominal, and general expenses account here has been debited. So general expenses account is over debited. Over debit, how do you rectify? You rectify by crediting. So to general expenses account. To general expenses account, and general expenses account is rupees 1000. So let's write the narration. Being wrong debit of drawings to general expense. So with that, we have completed that also. Completed that also. So that is the next one. Fourth one. A sum of rupees 15,000 received from Sharma has been credited to Varma. Drawing of a sum of rupees 15,000 received from Sharma has been credited to Varma. So how do we deal with it? Sharma and Varma. So again, this is a two-sided error. Both Sharma and Varma, they both are personal in nature, and the golden rule is debit the receiver, credit the giver. So here you have received some amount from Sharma. So Sharma is the giver. So Sharma's account should have been credited. But instead of crediting Sharma's account, you have credited Varma's account. So Sharma's account is under credited. Okay? Sharma's account is under credited. Varma's account is over credited. Over credit, how do you rectify? Over credit, you rectify by debiting. You rectify by debiting. So Varma account debited, which is rupees 15,000 to Sharma account, which is 15,000. Okay. So Varma's account should have been Varma's account is over credited. Because it is over credit, we are rectifying by debiting. Sharma's account is under credited. Under credit, we are rectifying by credit. Okay, so with that, we have completed the fourth transaction. Fifth transaction is goods purchased from 5,500 from Srinivas has been entered as rupees 5,150 in both ledger. Okay. So you have purchased some goods from Srinivas, but what has happened is uh, okay, you have purchased some goods from Srinivas. I think there's a small correction in that particular transaction. So just give me a quick minute. Okay, so dear students, since the time is nearly up for this particular transaction, I'm putting an end to it over here. We shall continue in the next class with the next session with the remaining transactions. So in the light of what I have discussed with you,